Well, hello to you and thank you for watching THV 11 News at noon. I'm joined by my friend and meteorologist Tracy Bean. Tracy, I am so enjoying this Wednesday. Tell us more.
Oh, isn't it beautiful out there? I just stepped out in the weather garden and just pronounced it is gorgeous out there. So if you haven't been outside today, get out there. It is nice. 69 degrees in central Arkansas, a few 70s to our south. We're going to see plenty of sunshine today. Those winds are out of the south around 10 miles per hour currently. We're going to see that high today in the mid to upper 70s. And again, a lot of sunshine. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. And no matter where you are across the state, again, more gorgeousness for everyone. We are going to start to see things change just a little bit as we're heading into the weekend. We do have a front that's going to start to come through, and that's going to increase our chances for some rain as we're heading into Easter weekend, unfortunately. Now, some of those storms could be strong to severe at times, and here's just a quick look over of what we are expecting across the state, and just in that slight category for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and finding your location there. But we're going to look at this a little bit better and get a good bird's eye view of things, exactly what you can expect as we're heading into the holiday weekend.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Well, we begin with the story we've been covering since it happened. Curfews are now being implemented in other cities days after bullets rang out at a Conway park. Pine Bluff police reports threats of violence have circulated online. There is yet to be a confirmed connection to Sunday's shooting in Conway. However, Pine Bluff police say large gatherings are prohibited. Additionally, a strict curfew has been activated, and officials say this is a zero tolerance policy. It is in effect across all city-owned parks in Pine Bluff. Now we're providing continued coverage in that Sunday mass shooting. It remains our top story as the investigation continues. The last update coming over 24 hours ago. This hour, no arrests have been made as investigators work several leads.
For those of you who are responsible for this, I can tell you that this morning and every day since, that Ms. Cruz, the Conway Police Department, local, federal, and state authorities have been meeting around the clock, and they're in a meeting right now. So I promise you the heat is on you, and they are coming for you, and you will pay for this.
11 people were shot. One person is listed as having serious injuries. We have not had an update on their condition. 2 people unfortunately died, Tatiana Pinister and Demetrius Feemster II.
I ran and ducked behind the car, and my homegirl, she looked at me, she was like, "We okay?" And as soon as she said that, I just peeped around the car, and he was just laying on the ground.
Conway Police has promised more transparency following their thorough investigation. A man could spend 20 years in prison for containing explicit materials that include a minor. The Attorney General's office say Richard Dewberry was arrested in December. The update is that he has been convicted. Dewberry faced 13 felony charges after his arrest, those related to distributing, possessing, and viewing. Dewberry pled guilty to 10 counts, and that conviction carries a potential 20-year sentence per charge. Now, Attorney General Tim Griffin sent our news team a statement. In it, he thanked high members of his office for their efforts leading to Dewberry's arrest. He continues with highlighting the need to protect children from, quote, the evil in the world that looks to exploit and victimize them, end quote. A design team has been recommended for a new state prison. That's the new update on the Franklin County project. Last week, a funding bill allocated $750 million to the project, and it failed. There won't be another vote as of now. However, $75 million has already been approved. The Corrections Board voted to choose a builder, and a committee has recommended HDR Cromwell.
They were able to answer our questions clearly. They were able to answer questions off cue. Cromwell has 150 plus employees, and they're actually based out of Arkansas, and so there is a personal connection to the state there.
We'll continue monitoring those updates, and when new information is made available, we'll provide them. Governor Sanders is also a step closer to cutting the Arkansas grocery tax. Right now, shoppers pay about 12.5 cents in tax for every $100 spent on groceries. That includes local and state sales tax and a separate grocery tax. Well, Well, both the Arkansas House and Senate have voted to get rid of that third tax. And for sponsors, it's only a small part of that overall tax burden, but an important step.
They save about $10.9 million overall. So it's people break it down into what it means per 100, and that's certainly understandable. But overall, it's almost $11 million at the end of the day. There was a point when Arkansans were still paying 6% on all their groceries.
Well, the bill is waiting on final approval by the House before heading to the governor's desk. It will take effect January 1st. And it's a big day for new developments in Benton. Just hours from now, construction will start on the first Buc-ee's location in the state. We've been keeping eyes on this since it was announced. That big groundbreaking ceremony happens this afternoon at 2 o'clock. We plan to have our team there covering the moment. We already spoke to Benton Mayor Tom Farmer, and he expects hundreds of people to attend.
I was talking to Kim from Buc-ee's yesterday, and she said it's the largest groundbreaking they've ever experienced in the 55 stores that they have open. So that's pretty amazing.
Well, anyone there could win sweet prizes during a giveaway. As for coverage, we'll have that new sound and video at 5 and 6. Governor Sarah Sanders wants to appeal a denied request to FEMA. Get a look at this video. It's a reminder of the damage caused when an EF4 tornado tore through Independence County. 3 people died from the storms on March 14th. Arkansas had requested federal funding. However, FEMA did not uphold that request. Sanders has already prepared her appeal. Well, U.S. lawmakers are trying to get a man returned to American soil. The Supreme Court had ordered his release be facilitated. A federal judge, though, says the Trump administration has yet to comply. Natalie Brand reports the new details from Washington, D.C.
This is about the rule of law. This is about due process.
Senator Chris Van Hollen of Maryland left for El Salvador this morning, where he hopes to speak to government officials about Kilmer Abrego Garcia, mistakenly deported last month.
We are not going to stop fighting for his return until he is actually released.
Administration attorneys say they would facilitate Abrego Garcia's return as the Supreme Court ordered, but maintain it's up to El Salvador to release him. And officials say if he is returned, he will face deportation again.
If somehow he comes back and that happens, he's going to be detained and removed again.
The administration continues to say Abrego Garcia is an MS-13 gang member based on allegations from a confidential informant. His attorney and family dispute it.
Our family is torn apart during this scary time, and our children miss their dad so much.
In a separate high-profile case, CBS News was there as federal agents took green card holder and Palestinian activist Mohsen Madawi into custody during a citizenship appointment. Attorneys for the Columbia University student told CBS News that federal agents cited a rarely used law allowing deportations if the Secretary of State decides someone poses adverse foreign policy consequences for the U.S.
I want people to know that my compassion extended beyond the Palestinian people. My compassion is also for the Jewish people and for the Israelis as well.
Madawi's attorney is petitioning for his release, saying he's being punished for protected speech. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The natural state is known for its crop production, primarily corn and soybeans. There's new technology being used to enhance that elsewhere.
Well, it's a gorgeous day out there. We are almost to 70 degrees here in central Arkansas. It's going to be a nice evening as well, but we're going to see those temperatures bump up and maybe some rain headed our way. Stay with me. We'll look at that Easter weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes.